Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today I thought I would do some coloring, and I'm using a new page I just made of Meghan Markle from this recent charity event that she attended, where she basically grabbed this young black girl, the family, and said, "Take a picture, take a picture." I really felt she was, as others have mentioned, that she was kind of being predatory about it, like grabbing this girl to pose with, ostensibly for optics for her Sussex squad, and to promote herself as, supporting Black causes. But the girl wasn't interested in her anyway, sort of ignored her, walked away from her. Megan really doesn't have a talent with children, although she tries to because she's always trying to emulate Princess Diana, but she can't do it. She's nothing like Princess Diana. Princess Diana had a real gift with children that few people, have really, relatively few. But anyways, so this picture was really predatory, sort of the bright red dress. And I have this version. I have the full version of, but I wanted to get zoom in on the face because I want to give her vampire fangs and zombie eyes. So I, I took one section of it. It's not the best outline. It's a little wobbly, but I think with the color pencil, we can cover it. Yeah, so I thought we would just focus on this today and coloring this and see how far along I can get. And, chat about whatever you want to chat about. If anybody's out there, I know not many people are subscribed to my art channel. So welcome one and all. So I'm going to be showing you my way of doing skin tones is I'm using Prismacolor pencils today. So I start off with the light umber to get the dark and the mid-tone shading. And then after that, I can put in some greens. That's why I put in the dark green. I have the dark green pencil and the light green pencil. So dark and light. I should use a mid-tone as well. I forgot my mid-tone color, so I'm going to be pulling out for the mid-tone. I'm going to use apple green. Find that to be a good mid-tone. So pulling out the apple green for the mid-tone there. So we got light, medium, dark. And then after that, on top of the green, I will put, for the light, I'll put a blush pink. And for the darker areas, I pulled mahogany red for the final layer there. And of course, on top of that, you can use white and black for the light and shading of it. Yeah, so that is the plan for this picture. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the face here. Let me actually make it a little bit bigger, like that. Maybe so it's easier to see. It's a small. I'll try to zoom. It's a little blurry. It is a smaller picture, so going to have to do the best I can with this image in getting the face. Yeah, there we go. All right, so again, I'm going to start with the light umber. And it's start doing the shaded areas here. So it's very shaded up here in the top of the head. So I'm just going to use little circles to start filling it out. See how it goes. And this is on Spring Hill cardstock paper as well. I'm using a thicker cardstock here. I mean, this works really well on copy paper or Amazon paper as well. So this coloring combination works well on all paper types. But I figured I'd give myself the best shot here with some cardstock paper so I can use multiple layers if need be. Go back over it again. Again, I use this for the dark and the midtones. So I don't know if you can see it in the picture. If I zoom it in a little more, you can see the vein going down the middle of her forehead there. She's got this vein that comes out. Can you see it? And we can see that. I mean, she that came out in. Let me see here if I can put the camera on top of it. That came out in Africa when she was on her trip to Africa. Let me see something. That vein popped out quite a bit. And it's back again in this picture, which I found interesting. And I'm not able to get these pictures. When I get the image of the camera on top of this picture, if I can do that. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. I maneuver my. Okay, get that out of the way. Let me do that now. And I shouldn't be futzing around with this. All right, I might have to give up here. So I hope you are all doing well today on this Tuesday, October 22nd. Oh, I got for those of you who follow me, so that's not what I want to do. For those of you who follow me on, the camera covers the whole thing. So yeah, it's not going to work that way. All right. See I'm wearing my Halloween pants. I'm all festive. Halloween's a fun time of the year for me. I know some people don't like Halloween. I do. I think it used to be a really fun holiday. Recently ruined by these globalists with this COVID nonsense, but uh, hopefully we can still keep it festive for the little ones. But anyways, and the adults who like it. So anyways, there's the vein. Just wanted to show you that vein in the forehead there. I'm not able to get the camera, this section of the camera on top of it, so I'm just gonna do that. I have to make it smaller again. There we go. That's as good as I'm gonna get it. It's large. All right, so there we have it. So that's the picture I'm working with. Anyways, yeah, very strange. Ever since I think the Ozempic may have something to do with it. She's taking the Ozempic, so I think that might be why she's got that vein. So if you color a picture of her, make sure you get that vein in the forehead. It's one of her characteristics. Besides the nose, the Julia Roberts nose. Yeah. Anyways, so she attended this charity at a children's hospital and grabbed children, took some pictures, and then ran out and disappeared, and then made 100 million puff pieces about it, talking about her being there and her friends and how wonderful things are with her and Harry. The usual spiel that we've been subjected to since 2018. And I really like using this new to me anyways, way of coloring the faces. I just mixing the reds and the greens. I think that's a lot of fun. I think it comes out very realistic. And um, yeah, again, very dark in the darker areas. This was a nighttime picture, so it's shaded in. Pretty shaded here. I am going to be changing the eyes to make them more like, or trying to anyway, to make them more zombie looking. I'm trying a new zombie look for Halloween, since this is Halloween. I hope you all are going to have fun plans. So let's see here. So again, the darkest tones and the mid-tones here, leaving the highlights alone. See if we can get that nose. Oh, I may have to, if I get a phone call, I may have to step away and I'll just say be right back in case that happens. I'm going to try to do as much as I can on this picture with the live today. See how much I can get done. A very big tip on the nose, narrow bridge here. Putting that circle at the end there. Hi, Bill Clinton. How are you? Not every day I get a presidential candidate on my channel. Grab your Prismacolors if you want to color along. I have added this picture to my Markle Debacle 3 coloring book that you can get through my website or just email me, contact me, and if you want to get it, it's a PDF. So if you want this picture, I've added it to the coloring book. I just keep adding pictures to the Markle Debacle 3 coloring book. I have 1 and 2 on Amazon, but the third one I keep adding to it, as new things come out. And so that way I just sell it as a PDF directly to people if they're interested in getting it. If you're interested in coloring Harry and Meghan's adventures. Interested in the great part about getting a PDF is you can print it out on regular paper or cardstock, and that way you could use any type of medium that you choose to use, whether it's markers or watercolor or color pencil. You can choose whatever paper to print it out on. So, whereas the coloring books from Amazon, the Amazon paper that I got anyways when I made the books, I didn't have a choice of the quality of the paper really. So it's just sort of you get the cheaper Amazon paper, which is fine. I mean, it works fine, but it's not. It's only good for color pencil. It's not good for water-based media like watercolor or markers so much. You have to have thicker paper for that. Oh, thank you. Yes, I am having a wonderful day. How about you? How are you doing, Bill Clinton? I always enjoy coloring. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. That's what I have so far with the light umber. Make it a little darker, leaving the eyebrows for later. The eyes for later. She has lost a lot of weight. That's for sure. Ozempic is working. If that's what she's on, that's what I've heard. On Crazy Days and Nights, had the rumor saying that she got a prescription for it, and she has lost a lot of weight recently. That's for sure. Yeah, a lot of people have been taking the Ozempic. It seems very popular now. I don't know. After Oprah Winfrey had a little accident, I don't know. It seems like people might be steering clear of it. I don't know. Yeah, so there we have the first layer there, the light umber. And I think I'm going to move now. Excuse me. I move now to dark green. Is my color dark green, number 908. We'll just move on to coloring that. The darkest areas, the darkest shading. Let me just pull the picture up on my screen so I can see it. All right. So now the darkest areas, I'm going to add a light layer, very light pressure of the dark green little circles. I'm going right over the light umber here. Make sure to get that little vein in there. Very dark right under the eyebrow, and then it gets a little lighter. Going back to the light umber here, because I think that's line here goes more like this right here. I'm just going to go over that with the dark green. Looks like it curves a little bit more here. Okay, good. Glad you're doing well. Dark green on all darkest areas. Okay, so that's it. Well, oh, actually, one more under the chin as well. It's gonna be very dark under here on the neck. Adding a little more light umber finish the neckline here. A little bit under the nose. I think a little more shading with the umber and the dark green. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there. There's my shaded areas. Now I'm going to go to the mid green, which is the apple green. And I'm going over again the darkest areas, but then moving into the mid-tone areas. Another layer of green. Maybe I should just keep her face green for this one because it is a Halloween picture, right? Maybe I won't bother adding the reds. Let's transform her into a green zombie. Although Harry seems like more of a zombie than Meghan. Meghan's more of a vampire or a witch, and Harry is more of a zombie. If I had to pick characters here. Again, the apple green, just going over the dark areas and the midtones. Leaving the highlights alone for now, or we'll use the lightest green on that, the light green. The big highlight on the forehead there. Actually, I'm going back to the dark green. I think I need to make it a little darker over here. Of the eyebrow, it's pretty dark. Okay, going over that with the apple green. It does have the perfect face for like starring in a as a witch in a Disney movie or something. I mean, she's got the nose. Now that she's got thinner, I think her nose sticks out even more, like a witchy kind of nose there. I mean, it's the perfect. I mean, when you think of the characters of what you would want have a witch look like. I mean, you get the nose, you get the black hair. I mean, she's all you have to do is put a witch hat on her, and she's pretty convincing there. I think she do a pretty good job. I think she missed her calling. Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah, Julie Abramson. Absolutely. And I think she really does have all surrounded by a bunch of witch friends and everything. So I have no doubt. Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres. And but her face really looks the part, though. I mean, seriously. The chin, the nose, the beady eyes. I mean, she's the perfect typecast for it, you know? All you have to do is put green face paint on her and a witch hat, and boom, you got it. She can make a lot of money. Do a portrait of her true inner nature. Well, I'm working on that here. I think what we're gonna when this is finished, I think you're gonna be seeing her true inner nature quite a bit more. We're only just begun. We've only just begun. Takes time with color pencil. You have to be patient. Patience, my friend. Patience. All good things come to those who wait. You've only just begun to live. Remember that song? The Carpenters. Anyone who remembers the Carpenters? I need a little bit more light umber here. I didn't shade it in on this side of the nose enough. I'm going to shade it in again now. So light umber over here on this side. And just go back and forth. Light umber, dark green, light green. Back with the apple green, going over the light umber. Oh, we've only just started this face. I'm hoping, take our time and see what becomes of it. Hopefully, this turns out the way I am planning. The thing with art, you plan one thing, but the way it actually comes out can be quite another. So make no promises, but I do have plans. I have plans for this picture. There we go. So that's the midtone. Karen had a best voice. Yeah, Karen Carpenter. She has a beautiful voice. Yeah. All right. So now I'm on the light green, number 930, I think. Yeah, or 920. Now we go over the whole thing, all the highlights and everything with the light green. So I'm just going to go over the whole face here. I'm going to put a light green on all the highlights. We leave them. I mean, unless you want to leave it white, which I don't. So I like to have a little bit of a tone even on the highlights, but it's a very light tone. I don't want to leave white spots. Although you could, some people would leave some of the highlights white because it does look very white on her face. But yeah, I'm going to cover it anyways. The light coloring of the light green. So what do you want to talk about? Anything in particular you want to talk about today on your mind? A lot going on with the election coming up and a lot of craziness on social media. We're headed into elections, one thing after another. My goodness. And then the censorship is off the charts. I knew right before the election, that's when YouTube gets really clamps down really hard on the censorship. Going back to a dark green here. So I'm got a strike on my tarot channel now. They always get very strict right before the election, I'm telling you. Can't win. Not that I talk about politics. I don't talk about politics really, but Harry and Meghan are very much involved in politics, so it's kind of hard not to mention politics when they're involved with the Biden administration. And our tax dollars paid for Harry and Meghan's security. I mean, Crazy Days and Nights confirmed that Harry was saying that U.S. taxpayers paid for all their security and Secret Service security. And yeah, Harry's lawsuit against the UK and his family in the UK, basically, that he's not getting the same level of security in the UK that he does in the US. He wants that. Not that he deserves it or earned it. Of course, he doesn't earn anything. He's just given everything. And he has the audacity to censor us. The Aspen Institute and Rene DiResta, the CIA, and all that. And Maria Ressa talking about training our children to censor themselves, but putting it under the guise of online safety for children. I mean, these two are so twisted. They're involved in just trying to manipulate Americans. We got this stupid prince who doesn't even have an education, who lies and lies and lies. He gets the Scientology cult to give him an award for being a legend of aviation when he's not even a pilot. I mean, it's just constant gaslighting and lying to the public and putting up this front of being some kind of respectable pilot and war hero, and meanwhile he is doing nothing but destroying this country with censorship, and YouTube is guilty of it as well. I mean, this constant censorship and strikes and all this nonsense. I mean, I did nothing wrong. I'm allowed to have an opinion. Well, not according to YouTube. You're not allowed to have an opinion. But anyways, that's what's going on here is complete censorship, and Harry and Meghan support it 1,000%. So there we have it. So there is, I'm just ranting and raving. Wayback Machine and Archive keep going down. Yeah, they're destroying the history. They don't want young people to be able to look back and find out what really happened, particularly starting in 2020. Uh-huh. That's exactly what's going on. They want this very Orwellian. They want to erase history, and they're going to lie, and they're going to say this is what really happened. And then if you disagree with their narrative, well, you're going to be censored. No, it's just that. Oh, and by the way, another YouTuber artist recommended these blender tools, so I'm going to try using them today. Get them off Amazon. We'll see how they work. I haven't used them yet. Instead of using like a stump, I'm going to be using that. See what happens there. Yeah, a lot of suspicious things going on. They're trying to erase history. They're censoring people because they don't want people with honest opinions to corrupt their AI, because their AI monitors everything. They want their AI to only get woke lies and communism, basically. Marxism, communism. So now I'm using the mahogany red. Okay, so now I'm going over the darkest areas, dark to mid-tone with the mahogany red. So this will start changing that green to a darker skin tone color. Or it should anyways, because we're putting red on the green, which will give you a neutral color, as they are complementary colors on the color charts, the color wheel. On the darkest areas, I am putting this mahogany red is the one I chose for the dark red. Dark red, and then a pink or light red. Yeah, a lot of shady things going on. Especially they want everything on the internet. People are saying go out and buy as many print books as you can, because you know what else is going on that I noticed years ago is that they're changing all the audio books, even the classics, like Think and Grow Rich. Well, years ago, I went to listen to Think and Grow Rich on in the audiobook. I'd read the real book, I read the print book, and then I went looked at the audiobook on Amazon. I thought, oh great, an audiobook. I'll listen to it again. It's been a long time since I heard it last. And the audiobook was changed. They added a racist story in there to make it look like, oh, you're racist if you know, or whatever. They changed it. There was a story, and I can tell you exactly what story it was. It's the story where he's the author is showing that if you're insistent on getting paid the right amount, you'll get paid the right amount. So that he told a story of a child that went into a store and told her father, Mama needs 50 cents. You know, this is like the early 1900s, right? So Mama needs her 50 cents now. And she put her foot down and wouldn't leave until her father gave her the 50 cents for the mother, right? That was the story, right? This is from the early 1900s, right? This book written. Well, YouTube changed the story, or whoever was behind changing this book, and they made it a little black girl. And they said, oh, she's something about, you know, standing up to racism or something. They totally changed the story from one of a girl and her father to a little black girl demanded a white man give her, you know, money or something. Like it's totally twisted what they did. And that was just one. I stopped listening to it at that point. I said, oh my God, they're changing all the books and the audiobooks. They're literally changing the classics. They're saying beware if you buy an audiobook on Amazon or YouTube, listening to it. They changed them. I've heard it for myself. And this was years ago, 2016, I discovered this. I'm like, what's going on? So they're really scared. They're literally trying to change everything. Books, websites, news. They gotta change everything. It's very Orwellian. They're actually doing the Orwellian thing, so that younger generations won't know what really happened and what the real stories are. It's really out of control what they're doing. So you can see we got a nice light brown color here with the Tuscan red or the mahogany red on top of the greens. So now for the highlights on the face, I'm going to use the lighter red or the pink. I'm going to be using a blush pink, number 928. Now this is all going to look all choppy because it's all, using little circles, coloring it. I'm not burnishing it, in other words. I haven't burnished it yet, so it's not looking smooth yet. We're going to burnish it last with, I'm going to try using these new blending tools that I got and see how that goes. And if that doesn't work out, I could use a white pencil for the highlights and use a darker pencil to burnish the darker areas. That's what I normally do. I've got these new burnishing tools I want to try out. See if they burnish uh, better, or just see how it comes, see how it turns out. I'm not using that many layers. I'm only using 3 or 4 layers here. I mean, with skin like this and a drawing, you could go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some people use, 15, 20 layers if you're doing something really important. Of course, I don't consider this to be so important, this little drawing. This is just sort of, just for fun. I'm not framing it. If it were like an important artwork that I wanted to frame or sell or something, I would be doing a lot more layers, right? But I'm working my way up to it. It's take, time to get up there. Those layers up. And use a little bit more mahogany red over here. Just wherever it looks green, you just want to go over it with the red. It looks a little green over here, so I'm going over that a little bit more with the pink. All the highlights, cover it with the pink. Well, the whole face really. I'm just covering the whole face with pink. The weather is beautiful today. I'm gonna go out in a little while, enjoy it. Yesterday was beautiful. I've got a lot of amazing foliage pictures. It's starting. It's almost halfway through. The next few weeks are going to be the best time to get pictures in the Northeast of foliage. So my favorite time of the year for picture taking and painting. Love painting the foliage and autumn leaves. I've done some autumn leaves with color pencil here and with Inktense pencil. And I have to work on doing a whole landscape painting with foliage. It's my next challenge. When I'm not doing coloring pages, I also enjoy. I think this is fun, relaxing. Hi, Linda Joe. How are you? What's going on? So Harry and Meghan have been pretty quiet recently, right? Besides the fake surfing video, they disappear for a few weeks and then reappear with whatever they're trying to sell. My last video on my tarot channel that got me a strike was about Harry and Meghan's censorship and how they censored vax injured people. YouTube didn't like that very much. They gave me a strike. It's on my Patreon and Odyssey. You remember, like, damn, can't talk about the you know what's. Woo, still not allowed. Gosh forbid if you mention Bill Gates. Forget about that. Bill Gates wants AI to just delete anyone talking about him. Imagine that kind of power where you can just use AI and anyone who mentions your name, you just get them deplatformed and erased from the internet. Meghan Markle would love that power, you know that. Wow. Yeah. Oh, this is a pink blush I'm using right now, but thank you. Yeah. So it's looking, but her skin, Megan's skin is a bit more orangey, isn't it? I think I might need to add a little orange to her face. I have my orange pencil out. Yeah, that was puppy red. I thought I pulled out an orange. Oh, I did. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to add some orange to this because her face really is orange tones. Like a reddish orange there. Um, I have to add that. I just think I got some pumpkin orange here. Let me see. I think I'm just gonna add a touch of that up here because her skin really does look orange. I guess that's the spray tan she uses or something. I don't know. I'll add a little bit of that. Let's see if this has this orange. Actually, her cheeks do look very pink, pinky bright orange on the side. So that was pumpkin orange. And on the cheeks here, so you put a lot of blush on. I'm gonna use just straight up orange here, which is just 918. I'm just gonna put some orange here. Got pinky orange going on. Some orange up here too. There's just a lot of orangeness to her face, her skin tone. And she's always using that spray tan. Still using it, I guess. All right, let's see if this tool works. All right, so I got this new tool here. These pencils aside a minute. Haven't used these yet. Brand new. Haven't tried them yet. This part is a little softer, and this one's a bit harder. I like clothy feeling. I'll try the harder side. Let's see if I blend it. I press hard with this. How that'll look. Hmm. What do you think? Is it a little too green? I think I'm gonna have to add some more orange there. Add more a little bit. Just smoothing out. Yeah, she's looking more dark tones than she actually is. She's more of an orange tone, I think. May have made her a little too dark there. Did Harry duck out and leave Meghan holding the empty children bag? Yeah, no, Harry wasn't there. Who knows where Harry was? So he's in the UK, I guess, trying to reach out to his parents. I'm gonna add orange. Is orange now. I'm gonna add some orange to this though. This definitely needs some orange, I believe. Yeah, he was in the UK, I guess, and she went out by herself, right, to the children's hospital. with her friends. Just had to get her picture taken. She couldn't stand that Harry was getting all this publicity. They had to get her picture taken, and she didn't feel like doing usually she gets herself, she calls her paparazzi at Backgrid to take pictures of her in a parking lot. But this time she decided that it needed to be official, so she got invited to a children's hospital gala, and she only stayed for like 5 minutes. She walked the red carpet, got her picture taken, and then left. She's really obsessed with the red carpet, very obsessed. She seems to think that's the pinnacle of accomplishment is being on a red carpet. I mean, if there's a red carpet, she's there. She jumps on it, man. It's got to be on that red carpet. It's almost childlike, you know, or I guess narcissistic. I don't know, but she just has to be on that red carpet. Has to, has to, has to. You've never seen anybody, and it's unbelievable how excited this woman gets to be on a red carpet. Must be, I don't know, I guess maybe she was trained from childhood to love the idea of being on a red carpet, I guess. I don't know. Just growing up in Hollywood, that's the pinnacle of success. I didn't grow up in Hollywood, so I have no idea. Yeah, I think the orange, I need more orange. More orange. She's so orange. She's orange woman. People always say orange man. It's like, yeah, well, Meghan Markle is orange woman, okay? I have to add so much orange to this. It's not even funny. I'm going to run out of my orange pencil here. She owes me for a new orange pencil after this. Using it all up on her face here. Orange woman. So orange. Oh my gosh. Yep, I got the vein. Yep, can't miss the vein. When you look at the picture, you can't miss that vein. Yeah, we gotta give it a name. What should we call it? McVeiny, Mr. Vein. Megan's vein should have a name. Maybe we'll call him Herman. Maybe we'll call him Trevity Trev Trev. Call her vein. Trevity Trev Trev there on her forehead. Mr. Trev. That vein just showing up everywhere. He's getting more famous than Meghan. Yep, gotta get that vein. Popped out in Africa and it's popping up again. Hello, Mr. Vein. Megan's vein. Somebody's got to start a YouTube channel, Megan's vein. It's gonna be the next one to start, you know. You got Harry's gray suit, you know, on Twitter, and you got have Megan's vein. She is vain, right? So I mean, it pretty much describes the situation. Vein, the vein. That's a good name. I had too much fun with this. All right, is she orange enough yet? Oh my goodness. You're so orange. Like, you're so vain. They gotta make new lyrics. You're so orange. There we go. Is she orange enough yet? What do you think? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I like this blending. I'm going over again with the blush pink, pressing down a little harder. I'm not sure if this blending tool is working for me. It's a nice tool, but Okay, how about that? All right, I think we're getting more skin tone looking now. I'm going over again. I'm pressing harder this time. The first time I put the pink on, it was very light layer, but now I'm pressing down a little light to medium pressure. And now I'm getting it more skin tony. So it seems to darken. It adds depth like she's had the bronzer out. Are they quiet because of Diddy? Yeah, I don't know why they're quiet. It's a good question. Why exactly are they so quiet? Is it the Diddy? What else? It's the Diddy. It's the election, right? I think Diddy. They are very quiet. Well, they came out. The Royal Palace, from what I saw, came out. Their PR came out, I should say, claiming that Harry and William never attended a P Diddy party, and yet Harry is listed on the court papers. I believe those are the court papers that I posted that I got from Twitter, from someone who's following this case closely. I'm not following it that closely, but apparently Prince Harry and Eugenie and Beatrice are all in the court documents. From what is, I don't think they would put that out unless that was true. You don't want to be sued for defamation. So pretty heady. Oprah was there. Ellen DeGeneres. Oh my goodness. Chrissy Teigen was on there. All of Meghan and Harry's friends, the Beckhams, David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, they were all on there. I mean, every single person that Harry and Meghan have hung out with, Adele, they were all on there. So somehow Meghan's name stayed off of it. I don't know how that happened. Maybe because of her CIA connections or something. But somehow Meghan's name wasn't added, but maybe it could be added later. I don't know. But from what I saw, yeah, it does look they're being very quiet right now with since they've been called out. But Prince Harry is definitely on the P. Diddy papers there. It didn't say Prince William or Andrew, it just said Prince Harry and Beatrice and Eugenie. They do all hang out together, those three. They're very close. They seem to do a lot together. So are they all involved with P. Diddy and his parties? That's the question. What's the deal? What are those three doing? I mean, Harry is known for being a predator. I mean, look how he was in Las Vegas, the strippers. I mean, Harry has been years and years and I heard rumors that he attacked women in Afghanistan. I don't know if they're true or not. That's what I heard. So Harry seems to have a history with this kind of thing. And Meghan, as well, is known for having a history with yachting and whatnot. So, well, there's definitely, yeah, they've been very quiet, haven't they? Very, very quiet they've been. I wonder if Megan's going to say anything. Megan's being very quiet. When they all go quiet like that, something's up. When something really explosive comes out, they shut down, they go perfectly silent. Yeah, Reverend Al Sharpton, that disturbed you, really? You found that surprising? Yeah, that is kind of surprising. Like, what is he doing there? Wouldn't he be like old enough to not be involved in that kind of thing? I mean, we don't know exactly what the extent of the involvement of the people are. But you never know. It's all well, Hillary Clinton was there. Kamala Harris was listed there. I mean, all the politicians were there. Barack Obama. It was huge. I mean, whoa, whoa, just whoa. This is getting heady here. All right, so now another layer of pink, I think, helps this face come alive a little bit more. Skin tone, anyway. Yeah, I think she's coming together here. You got a nice skin tone there. All these different colors, the greens and the browns and the reds, all comes together. So nice, a little pink. Now, if I wanted to even make that lighter or just smoother, I take out the Prismacolor white pencil right here. My Prisma white. I can just burnish it with this, like her vein up here. I'm pressing down really hard. Okay, so I'm gonna press down really hard and burnish this. It gets much lighter here. I gotta stay out of the shadowed areas there. It's gonna get too light. Just on the highlighted areas, put some white down here on top. Just a little bit lighter. Kind of smooth them out a little bit. Highlights, anyways. Just smooth it out a little bit more. You can always darken it later if it gets too light. Dark over there. So it looks a little smoother there, right? So finishing it with the white, it's a nice smoother look. Maybe make that a little. Yeah, so it's just coming together there. Could be innocence among the guilty. Andrew's friend, Lady Victoria Harvey, or Hervey. Yeah, I saw that Lady Victoria Hervey, the girl at the end. She's very beautiful. Princess Diana's niece, actually. I was like, wow, isn't that's what you're talking about, right? I was surprised to see her name on there too. I was like, what? But who knows? These wealthy people, who knows what they're into some weird stuff. You know that? I mean, you hear all kinds of things. I mean, King Charles hung out with that Satanist, Nina Abramovich and all that. I mean, who knows what these people are up to? They have all the money and the time in the world. They're doing all kinds of drugs. And they admit to it. I mean, Harry admits to doing drugs, and it's known that he's drugged up all the time. He's on whatever he's taken. They have no morals, no ethics. They're just doing whatever. So it's not really that surprising, really. It's disgusting and revolting, but as Lady C reminds us, they have different morals and values than us little people. In other words, they're a bunch of degenerates. They're evil. In my opinion. Especially the people on this list. My goodness, if you're on this P Diddy list, you are not innocent. I don't know. I don't think so. I think all the people on that list are pretty guilty of something or other. None of them are. I wouldn't describe as innocent, but the videos will reveal everything because he's got videos of everything apparently. But P Diddy said, he's not going down without taking down everybody else. He's not gonna die like Jeffrey Epstein, right? And just disappear. He's like, no, no, no. If I go down, you're going down with me. He's taking everybody with him. Not- you know. So there you have it. That's what's going on. Look at that nose. I may have exaggerated her nose a little bit here, but just very little. There's the Megan nose for you. She's a fun face to draw and color because she's just a character witchy face. It's just perfect for, like I said, a witch or whatever. Very entertaining. Get the vein nice and bright there. Add a little more pink. I think I made her vein a little bit too light there. We'll add a little pink on there. Tone it down just a little bit. Mr. Vane, you can still see Mr. Vane. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that Mr. Vane's looking pretty good there, I'd say. Burnishing a little more of the pink. Smoothing it out with the blender. Pretty smooth, right? Gonna add a little more. Her cheeks are very pink. I think I'm gonna add some pinkiness there, some reddish color. Got poppy red. Maybe I'll add a little poppy red here, just on her cheeks, because there's a little bit of red there. Yeah, maybe a little bit over here as well. I've gotten her a little brown, whereas she's really a little more orangey, but taking up too much of my orange pencil trying to keep up with the orange in her skin, so we're gonna have to leave her normal brown looking. Even though she's more orange. She's more orange than brown, we know that. All right. Now for the fun part. So I want to give her a vampire look with the teeth here. So I'm gonna go with the looking at making her vampire teeth here. If we can do this. So I have to put a fang there. I'm gonna get my white um pen out here. If I can find it. There's my white pen. I got a Posca pen here. I haven't used this in a while. So hopefully, and we're gonna put a fang like right here. So she should have a fang. I'm gonna make it a little white right there. And also on the other side, we'll put a little fang like over on this side. All right, so she's gonna have two vampire fangs hanging right there and there. Just lightening that up right there. Let it dry a little bit. Still a little too wet. Give it a few seconds to dry. Sometimes you need to add a couple of layers on to get it nice. Get rid of that white line here. Okay. Get a little fangy going. So we're going to start with the poppy red for the lips. I'm going to make her. So we're going to add some coverage here on her lips to make it poppy red first, a light layer of poppy red. And keeping in mind where the teeth are going to be, the fangs. Leaving out the poppy red where the fangs come down. Okay. Then we're going to move on to the crimson red. And sort of put in the darker areas and the lines. Or darken it up on the bottom there. The lips kind of come together here. Putting some lines in there. Lip lines there, lip wrinkles, and then we're going to use the Tuscan red. I can find that. Okay. So the Tuscan red gives the shadows under the lips here, so over the line here around the teeth. Using under here, I'm going to use Tuscan red. Here in the corners. Okay. Very bright. We haven't blended it yet. So then I'm going back to the poppy red, sort of blend it all together. Okay. And I think I'm gonna put an outline of the fangs there, her fangs. I'll be drawing in her fangs here. So we're gonna have the sharp, make the fangs look realistic here. Put this one fang there, and then the other fang over here. Like that. Yeah. There we go. Get nice fangs there. And then for her teeth, we're going to color the teeth a sky blue. Start for a base. And then we'll use 30% gray, cool gray. Put in her other teeth there, the lines between the teeth. Also sort of shade down the fangs here a little bit. Red, that says cool gray there. Okay. And then I'm going to use 50% gray. Let's see, 30% gray, kind of up here a little bit as well. All right, so 50% cool gray on the teeth as well, on top of the 30%. I'm getting out the white Posca pen. It doesn't look white enough to me yet. I'm just gonna add a little more white on top. There we go. All right, they're getting whiter now. There we go. We're getting some good white fangs there. All right. And then we did that gray. Now the black pencil. And we're going with the black. Get the gaps in the fangs more. So over here, it's going to be darker. And over here in the corners. sort of inside the teeth and around the fangs. The fangs need to be shaded. That. And I'm going back with, I'll do the lips a little bit more. Get them a little more, like the Tuscan red for the darkest parts here. Just going over that again a little bit. Make it look a little more three-dimensional. Then the black to get that fang nice and pronounced looking. Nice sharp fangs there. Yeah, it's coming together there, right? Yeah, quite a lot of royals on the list. Unmistakably her well drawn. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's what I've got so far. Let me see here. I think next we'll do the eyebrows and eyes. I think for the eyebrows, when I get the dark brown out, so let me see. I'm gonna give her some zombie eyes too. So you don't need to color her exactly as she is. You can do whatever you want with her. Show her real inner nature coming out. It's not for that. Just fill in the eyebrows. I just haven't done that yet. And the hair, that's going to be a whole other. Getting that all done. I'm going to kind of speed it up. I'm not going to spend too long. Yeah, because like again, this is not a picture I'm going to be hanging on my wall or anything. So I'm not framing it. So I'm not going to knock myself out trying to make it look, as good as I could make it. You know what I mean? But I'm getting at. I'm using the light umber on top of the dark brown. I'm burnishing it down a bit. Yeah, just having fun. Having some fun. And relaxing. Relaxing and enjoying your time. That's what it's all about. Let me get the dark green again, get the shadowing. I've got so many pencils out right now. Get some dark green there again. Some underneath, put some dark green underneath the eyebrow there. Like so. And I'll get that. Now I've got a little tool for burnishing. For blending, and blend that in there. Blend it together. Yeah, she's coming together a little bit there. I think her eyebrow needs to be a little darker, so I'm gonna get the black. I don't know what is this. Oh, indigo blue. I got indigo blue and brown. Make a nice dark gray color. I'm gonna use that a little bit here too. This other eyebrow is much darker in the picture. In the shadow here. Going over again with the dark brown, sort of covering up the top there. Yeah. All right, there's our eyebrows. And I will use a little blender pencil, sort of mush it together there. Okay. And we'll do the eyes. So the eyes, I'm gonna give her some zombie eyes today for Halloween. So we're going gotta give Megan the zombie eyes. So I'm going to how should I make this? Make them little circles in here. The iris, very light, and then taking the canary yellow. That. And then orange. We'll go around that with the orange. Okay. And then sky blue, the white parts of the eye. Maybe a bluish tone. Then we're going to use a warm gray, 90% warm gray. And then I'll also do some eyelashes there too. You do see a little bit of eyelashes around, so little lashes with the warm gray here. She always wears a lot of black uh, eye makeup, you know, not so much as on the Oprah show. On the Oprah interview, she was wearing, oh my goodness, a ton of black eyeliner to look like Princess Diana. It was like ridiculous. I don't know who her and Harry thought they were kidding with all that nonsense. Did you know that Prince Harry released his book purposefully on the 25th anniversary of his mother's death to exploit his mother's death? I mean, he doesn't give a damn about his mother. He acts like he's so hurt about his mother's death. He doesn't. That's not what it's about. He is using his mother to make money and to exploit her memory, to make himself look like a victim, to be a star with Meghan, or try to be, anyways. It's so disgusting that he'd use his mother like that. And this is what Crazy Days and Nights pointed out. They're like, Harry timed his book, the Wham book, Spare, purposefully to take advantage of the anniversary of his mother's death. I mean, it's so sickening. Megan probably gave him that idea to do that too. But I mean, see, Harry and Meghan are such demons. I mean, really, they're such. Who, who tries to take advantage of your mother's death to promote yourself? I mean, how low can you go? That's what they've been doing, though, purposefully. So I'm just putting some Tuscan red and some green for the eyeline for her eyelids there. Let's see here. And I get some pumpkin orange. I cannot find my pumpkin orange. Wah. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's hiding. Alrighty. Let me put that in the corners of the eyes here. She's getting a lot of orange in her eyes. I mean, if the outside of Meghan looked like her inside, this is what it would look like. This is what she would look like. Okay, now I'm using French gray, 70%. Shadowing in the eyeball here. So it looks like her eyeball's bulging out like she was when she saw the little black girl. Like, come here, little black girl. I need a picture with you now. And my Sussex squad can cheer me on and say what a crusader for black people I am. Meghan's thinking process, always political. Always political. Just like Kamala Harris, who pretends to be black. But Candace Owen has exposed her for not having any black lineage. I mean, it doesn't get any crazier. Black people are always being exploited by these people like Kamala Harris and Barack Obama and Meghan Markle. I mean, that's just the facts. Yeah, Countess Dracula, exactly. Evil, evil Countess Dracula. Yeah, CIA Countess Dracula. Deep State Dracula. Deep State Duchess Dracula. Duchess Deep State Dracula. That's her new name. That is it. Duchess Deep State Dracula. Dictator. Duchess Deep State Dictator Dracula. There you have it. I use some pink as well. Get the blush pink out again. Also put on the lips here. Kind of blend the lips together a bit. Oh, my cat is meowing at me now. Wants to be fed again. Oh my goodness. Probably can't hear. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I should leave it there. I gotta put a little green around the eye though. So just to make the orange eyeballs stand out. So I'll just put a little bit of spring green. Just sort of go around the eye a little bit here to give her more of a zombie appearance. Yeah, a little touch of green to make those eyes pop out. Let me get my terracotta red here. The corners there a little bit darker. Okay. Now her hair would be a whole other, it could be take a long time to do if you wanted to make it realistic. I'm not gonna spend that much time on making her realistic, so but I want to do a little bit. So let me see. Get started with the hair anyways. Okay, so I'm just gonna put in dark brown. Oops, lost my picture. And trying to leave out the highlights here. So you got her part there. All dark in here. Where you can cover the squiggly lines on the coloring page. The hair colors, you just kind of go right over it. Prisma is really good at covering everything and anything you want to cover. So yeah, just sit here and sort of go through all the hair here. Cover that up there. You draw Queen Elizabeth's face at the wedding. That would be fun. Yeah, we should do a page for her. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, she had a real pissed off look on her face, didn't she? She was not amused at this wedding. Wow. Who can blame her? What a horror. I mean, Harry and Meghan have been hell bent on destruction since day one. All they've been about destroy, kill, play mind games with the public. I mean, those are crimes. When you are purposefully torturing the public during a COVID psyop, they have been purposely making people more upset, you know, like as if the public wasn't upset enough. They come in and say, "What are you complaining about? We have more problems than you. Our family wanted to know Archie's skin color. How dare you complain about losing your job because you wouldn't take the death shot? No, but we have real problems. Somebody asked about Archie's skin color and wouldn't give him a title. You have to feel bad for us. We have bigger problems than you, and you got to sit there and listen to us because we're rich and we're friends with Oprah, so we're going to use her platform to complain and get people fired if they dare question." I mean, the communism started then. I mean, the fact that anyone could be lose their job for not believing Meghan Markle. Since when is Meghan Markle uh, above reproach, right? Charles Hands in Australia, no. He looks on his last legs, very inflamed and swollen. Oh, really? Yeah, well, he is getting older. And that must be why Harry's running back now, because Harry knows after the Queen and how he couldn't be there. He wouldn't be there for the Queen when she was dying. Meghan wouldn't. According to Crazy Days and Nights, Harry wanted to see the Queen before she died, but Meghan wouldn't let him. So I think he's thinking he's not going to let that happen again. So perhaps the impending death of his father is the thing that's waking Harry up out of his relationship, perhaps with Meghan, if he's under the spell with her, or hypnosis, or narcissistic, whatever it may be, as H.G. Tudor would describe it, control of the narcissist. I think that maybe his father dying or near death is obviously not going to be living much longer. Yeah, I don't know how much, but he is on in years and he's not doing well. It seems. I mean, I don't know what's really going on, obviously, but he's getting cancer treatments. That's not, at his age as well. That's not a good sign for being around for a long, long time. So I think Harry's thinking, oh, great, if I'm not there and my father passes, uh, people are going to be disgusted with Harry, and he knows it. He's responsible for not being there and making his grandmother's last moments on earth miserable. And I think that he realizes that he's going to pay the price big time if he does the same with Charles and ignores him and makes his life miserable. I think that's. Did the softcover version of his book ever come out? I mean, I don't even know if it was stopped or not. He didn't add any more, supposedly. That was his consolation. He's like, I'm not adding anything to the book. I didn't add anything. Well, just a pack of lies, anyways. Everything out of his mouth is a lie. I don't believe anything Harry and Meghan say. All they do is lie, lie, lie. And so it's just a ridiculous that this ridiculous tyranny of Bill Gates and the globalists to try to force everyone to accept Harry and Meghan's lies. Like, oh, no, no, no. Not happening. Not happening. I would never believe a word out of this monster's face. Oh, the hair takes a long time. You do it right. I mean, I'm doing it sloppily. I'm doing this quickly. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna go nuts trying to make this look exact here. Just look decent. And let me see. I'll take the darker areas of the indigo blue. So the top part here is gonna be darker. For underneath. No, I think I made her chin a little too pointy there. I gotta bring that down a little. Maybe that'll smoother right there. A little flatter. Yeah, it looks more like it. Yeah, so it's just coming more and more together here. But I think I may be stopping around here. My cat is demanding to be fed. I've been doing this a while now. I have to continue this later. I gotta do her arm and her dress and finish that off and the hair. And I think I'll finish that all off in part two. I'm gonna stop here for now. Yeah, I've been doing this about an hour and a half. So there you have. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching. Uh, and until next time, I'll continue this later, maybe tomorrow in part two. All right, take care. Bye bye.